We'll see which side of the crowd rings out a little bit louder. Is it going to be the Pacific faithful or those from SEN City known the world around? Let's find out, as already Hyunmin pushing forward here at Rubble.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty similar setup for the side of Sentinels. The last time they played this 2-1-2 split on their pistol, they like to spread the map a bit, and they always use this Viper wall further back. They sometimes just give up rubble control because they like to pinch you when you're trying to go through tree, when you're trying to execute onto a site. A little bit of information garnered. Hyunmin past the wall.
Past the wall, flashes himself there for a brief little moment. Contact coming his way for now. Zels is just held back here at Waterfall. Rotation's gonna start coming through from Sentinels, realizing that this is in fact going to be a C plant. Now, we'll just go ahead and get into the 5v5, the back end of this spike plant. Everyone's still untouched.
Got a little bit of utility here. Paranoia and Aftershock available for DRX to utilize.
Shock through, flash connecting, but just a tuck away there. Mako staying safe here for the moment. That Paranoia still at the ready. Zekin trying to push forward. Paranoia crashing across, connecting onto 3. Zels is trying to open things up here from that Waterfall side. Swinging into the smoke, line up there as Bane's able to find one to rate. Firing back, but it's going to be DRX filling the kill feed as Zelsis can find one more, but cannot get it done. Pistol goes the way of DRX.
Yeah, just a nice start here to this map for DRX. Working things nicely, being patient off the rip, just seeing if there's anything unusual from Sentinels in the beginning. There isn't. They're able to get Hyunmin past the wall. Then it's a good use of the salvos by freeing right as that wall is dropping to give DRX the ability to make that execute cleanly, safely, force Sentinels to play a full-on retake. And then they just lock it down with some good shots, and you can hear them. They are loud, folks. This is not the DRX of old.
Certainly not. Bane on the rejoin, give them some much-needed energy, as it's going to be a little bit of a rush play out here towards Mound. Cut of the noise in the meantime, just going to be Zelsis on his lonesome over here by A. Rides the rope, gets up top over towards safety, just relaying this pressure coming his way to the rest of the squad. The site will be taken, the plant can come through.
Yeah, they've got the U-tilt to watch the backside here, assuming they check the camera. Bids get cleared, so they're going to be aware of this long lurk flank from Sentinels. See if they want to get aggressive on this, try to deny Sentinels going down to the spike.
Door broken open, 7 seconds until that next salvo comes online here for freeing. Also does have that concuss. Mako plays close here for the moment. Bulldog in hand. Hyunmin down at drop. Bulldog of his own. Question is for Sen. They try to make a play for it. They just sit back. Looks like they're going to try to at least get something going here as Paint Shell does land. Hyunmin eating a bit of damage, but widely sent, seeming content to just go ahead and die to the spike. Get that death bonus for DRX. This does mean that they're going to be able to hold on to all of these weapons.
Yeah, I think this is the right call here for DRX. Maybe you can find an exit frag with freeing. He's got one!
Pushes in. That's going to be a Bulldog loss unless Mako can get over there. And he has one of his own, actually, so never mind. We need to try to relay that over to Flashback, who is just nowhere nearby. So we'll end up losing out on a singular rifle. DRX still get the 2-0 start they were looking for.
So far, so good, and DRX taking advantage of some of that early space that Sentinels will give up on this defender side. They do commit sometimes to fight for rubble, but they're not nearly as aggressive with it as a lot of other teams are generally on this map. So kind of an interesting way that they like to play. And again, a lot of it comes off the back of the toxic screen that John QT is going to be setting up and utilizing. And Bang in particular is really annoying in tree. He's really creative with how he utilizes that space and moves around with it. Looks like Hyunmin going to go out on his own, gets spotted.
Eats a haunt. I don't think he's too concerned about it, just given the gate crash setup that he has. And yep, we'll just go ahead and jump out. Bit of a rinse and repeat here for DRX. Similar scenes, similar movements from what we were witnessing in that pistol round. And once again, look to try to open things up as there goes the wall. This time though, Hyunmin not in front of it. They'll just cut noise and look to play this out quietly.
And already Sentinels are moving everything they have over to try to cut this execute off.
Forward into the side. Zels is already eating some damage earlier on, down to 63 as the plant gets ready to come through. Mako going to be looking to take a more forward position here. A little bit of reinforcements. The push out of the smoke comes through. Second from beyond the grave. Able to find one. Bane's going to be taken down. Flashback now with everything to do. Manages to find 2 kills. And in the end, they'll wait out the snake bite and get the defuse as Sentinels get themselves on the board.
That's decent damage for DRX, but I am a little bit concerned there with how telegraphed that whole situation was for them. They used a bunch of utility to get the wall to go down. That buys the time for Sentinels to make an easy rotation over. Plenty of time for them to set up for that retake. It isn't the cleanest one, but the movement and the timing is good for them which means DRX might need to think about that, see if Mako can kind of understand that situation, that things have been pretty readable for them so far. Sentinels are making fast rotates, see if you can maybe use that against them. Still though, nice flood retake here for the side of Sentinels. Let's see if they can get it going, continue on here. So that is going to be, I believe, a Guardian buy down for Zelsis. Start the round. Again, this execute going to be given up. Sentinel's happy to give that space up. They don't mind letting you rotate over to B. Sometimes they'll use this toxic screen to catch you off guard.
Very heavy commit to this side of the map now. As stealth drone going to be spotted out, taken down. Mako able to find a kill. As Bang is just straight across him, and the man can't see a damn thing. And as he regains his vision, he will lose his life. Mako picking up 2. Very fast reaction here as Array just desperately going to try to hop away. Knows that if he swings out, he is dead. Ends up falling to the aftershock. As Henman on a quick peek will find John QT.
DRX are wise to Sentinel's way. I mean, it's all util here that gets the job done. It's the stealth drone that identifies Zekin, and then you're going to get the kill on a Bang off the flash, and then you get an aftershock kill to boot. Crazy good preparation being shown so far from DRX. That round right there was as good as it gets as an ante. Unbelievable.
Zelsis now is having to stay tucked away, just that Guardian in hand. Doesn't look like anyone's going to go too deep in pursuit to try to find him and suss him out. We'll be able to go ahead and at least retain that, but DRX moving up now by 2. We'll get the upgrade here onto the Phantom. Just min-maxing as much as humanly possible here is Zelsis, but in the end, it's 3-1. DRX out in front at the moment here on Lotus.
Yeah, they're just really well drilled, as you would expect from a team with Termi coaching them. You know, some doubt with this DRX roster coming together this year. But Termi has once again worked magic. It's a great aftershock, great shot from Yunmin, man. He's been electric coming in as the duelist for this squad. Has really been a great replacement for Buzz's huge shoes to fill.
Now, Dimensional Drift won away the Rolling Thunder as well, right there for Bane. There are margins, and obviously just that one Phantom carried over here, still in the hands of Zelsis. Okay, push up into the smoke in second, able to find a right click. Showstopper's built up, but he cannot fire off the rocket. John QT, Ted the Bane, who somehow was a second aftershock kill on this map already. Whip City here around the box, but in the end, DRX crunch back against Sentinels. They do not allow for them to get a modicum of additional damage in that round.
I like the play call here from John QT. You know, they haven't shown any real rubble contention or aggression. Just go deep in the paint, see what you can get done. And they do a fair amount of damage at the very least, give themselves a chance to sneak this one away. But freeing their great reactions against the showstopper, just in a really nice position to shut it down before the rocket could even get out to be shot. And then, yeah, a little bit of a whippy spray around the box, but into the next round, DRX this time gonna go on an exploration towards Mound. And look at how fast the rotations are coming through. Already Zekin over here, along with John QT and Zelsis.
Has to be. Have to be making these faster pivots as Mako is just TP'd in. He's just hounding him down. John QT assassinated him and now strikes. Zelsis is gone. Zekin here to try to hold the line. Spots out one. It's a good timing there, but now the Rolling Thunder is crashing his way. Hooks back into the corner, staying safe here for the moment. The warning shots out there from Freeing. Solid efforts here from Sentinels to be able to keep things as even as they are, but right as I say it, the rate picked apart. Cam cleared, second flashed, once again forced away as Bang now arriving in from Waterfall, sends out that paranoia, but it only connects onto 1, 2 targets, second! Somehow nearly hits that transfer off into the second kill. With 2 players left alive, DRX now move up 5-1.
I'm pretty sure Mako double TP'd. I think he set up a smoke on the edge, on the corner of the C site, TP'd into it, then TP'd again, right into the back. Yep, unbelievable stuff. Hit the stun as well. So Bane there coming in big with his utility. Some big assists. He was so good in the Grand Finals of Pacific with that util. And he's continuing on that once again, has just really embraced this role of, obviously, you know, the jokes abound that he's the Korean Zelsis, the hype man, but really he's been doing a great job with setting up his teammates. He has really embraced that role.
Action does not stop. Hyunmin off the rip here in the round. Immediately just going to be sending out the ultimate. Tries to send a flash, but ends up getting stunned, so can't go for the swing out that he wanted. Another little peek in the haunt. This time Mako TPing up onto top of the platform, ends up getting gunned down, and this is going to be a big advantage. The first real one that Sentinels have had. They look to get themselves a second round win. Plan still going to be coming through. Armageddon available from Freeing. As that is going to be the Steel Garden coming in. Freeing trying to go off on a timing, trying to catch them here while he still had his rifle in hand, but ends up falling to the wayside. So now 2v5 to try to convert this one. Tapping on the spike to swing under the corner. The shorty not going to be finding too much, but Bang is finding them both. Massacres them there, and that is going to be a flawless round for Sentinels to go ahead and get the second win.
Yeah, that's a huge breath of fresh air here for Sen. It's just a quick execute off the back of the Yoru ult. Zelsis wins a battle against Flashback, just a fadeaway there with the Phantom. Oh, John QT got the spot off the fade util. And they're able to use that Steel Garden nicely to make sure that it was a much easier affair at the end.
And it's a great snappy reaction.
Yeah.
One ultimate, you get 2 away from DRX, and you get the round win on top while retaining all of your weapons, so you can try to start building up this economy that's widely been getting away from you.
Absolutely correct. And you've got some big ultimates to counter some of what DRX might want to do here. There's a lot of that util to clear the space. They can catch a player out, and Eri lets loose with the Nightfall.
Sends it out, gets multiple players on the side of DRX. Be operating without their audio. 4-player setup here from the side of Sentinels. Damn convinced that this is going to be an A-site hit in the end.
I'd like to see DRX work the map a little bit now. Okay, the ult's been used. Your positions have been identified.
There.
Maybe you think you can get away with just kind of pausing a little bit. Open the door here for Hyunmin. That toxic screen looks like it's going to dissuade him momentarily.
Oh, the push-up from Narrate. Bold with it, goes out. Especially final one before getting traded out. Bang trains it up. Hyunmin dead, Flashback dinked. Dead as Bang comes away with another. Now just Bane and Freeing. Still inching forward, still playing forward into this site. Sentinels have 3 players ready to reply.
Very difficult. Still the stealth drone. Could use it to check the site itself. Main still with an aftershock for the post plan if they can get it there.
30
But
seconds
Boombot
left.
going to confirm the positioning here. Now Sentinels keen to wait for their moment to strike. See what the decision is going to be. If they're going to let them plant, that seems to be the case. Wait for John QT to get over, really make sure you've got the full forces available for this retake. Don't give DRX any chances. Don't give them the 1v1s.
Salvos is trying to check a couple angles here, and Bane respects the damage, creeps forward, trying to catch second off guard. Has it worked is the question. Freeing in the meantime, needing to try to hold the door. Zekin getting ready to go on the swing. The gun barrel spotted there for a brief moment. He's playing it so patiently, and he walks right into it. The kill does come through, but now he's on his lonesome. Looks to go for the drop down, get the aftershock through. But Celsius will take his feet out from underneath of him. Sen starting to rally back, get themselves a 3rd round win.
Yeah, this is the Sentinels that I'm used to seeing so far this year on this map. Really patient play around that toxic screen. Keep your opponents guessing. When are you going to get aggressive off of it? You know, you use the Nightfall. You don't do much off the back of it. Yeah, they get some info. They're able to just kind of plant their feet, wait things out. And then it's a nice push there from some of the players, waiting for that toxic screen to fall, for their moment to strike. Bang, right, ready and waiting for the trade there. Really nicely done. Flashback having a little bit of tough time on some of these 1v1s. He's been good on some of the defenses in terms of post plants, but
keep playing confident.
these 1v1s he's been losing, Zelsis and others, so I like this timeout from DRX.
I was gonna say.
Kind of leave some pretty big gaps, and if you have good reads on it, you can sneak through, get some huge flanks, get some easy kills. So far, DRX, though, has been really clean with their util usage, but Sen has responded in kind. Got their heads on straight now. Zekin sensing the pressure. Just gonna get on out. Orb fed over to Hyunmin. Still a few away from the next one, but still have the Armageddon, still have the Neural Theft available. Mako's ult as well.
Zekin able to just go ahead and stay put here for the moment, but now that salvo comes through. Mako once again looking for the same TP setup. Goes over towards that side instead. Paranoia up over the top, gonna be able to get a connection, but Narrate just spamming through the wall. Does manage to gun him down. Kane finding one. Is freeing. The Armageddon across the way. Second ends up getting mowed down by it.
Planted.
Now it's Bang and Zelsis trying to somehow clutch this out. Seems like the call just get it back away, or at least just a quick peek in from behind. Need an opening and they need it ASAP. They actually want to try to pull the trigger on going for this retake. Player spotted the swing out. Hyunmin, however, holding down that defender's side. Bang hits the floor, and Zelsis once again is going to have to backpedal, but this time DRX, they are hot on his heels. They are on the hunt. Slides up alongside the box, a swing on the corner. Snappy to readjust, gets the headshot. Everybody else swooping in from behind. They want this guy dead. We'll go ahead and make contact once again here with Bane, it would seem, but no. Looks like he opts to just go ahead, take his death into his own hands, not allow for them to get the ult charge, to get the money that could have given them the Rolling Thunder.
This is fascinating stuff that we're seeing from Mako and DRX.
Very loosey-goosey.
He's acting like a duelist.
Yeah.
He's the first one in. He's jumping in, leading the charge, opening up space. And Hyunmin there, able to be the one to back him up off the back of it with the Yoru util. I mean, it's crazy. And then you got the Armageddon and everything else you need for that post plant.
Yeah, just a hairline catch there on to second. Thought he was clear of it. Ends up barely hitting that SK. Ends up getting ripped apart by that Armageddon. So now we're going to see a timeout call.
Start spamming through those walls, seeing if he can find any connections onto DRX players. But for now, looks like maybe a 3-2 split. Flashback, calling for a little bit of backup from Mako. Second.
Immediate exit. Dancing around these shots. He's stagnant, tucked in behind Mound here. Three swings out, and this time the shots will connect, freeing able to go ahead and come away with a free kill. Mako just staying put here.
And they're rotating off that kill. They haven't done this yet. And Sentinels isn't moving. They haven't budged. They're not biting.
They've also kept this Odin quiet for the time being. Not sure if this is going to be red at all. Celsius also just tucked in behind the box, is trying to find that stealth drone. Cannot do so. Celsius now going to be forced back away. The aftershock even thrown towards him to try to stave him off. And Mako once again leads the charge, rushing forward, finding John QT, finding Narain.
Right there.
Just given the money here. Zekin going to stay put over on that C site. Zelsis there at upper.
Spike planted.
My ult's ready.
DRX could go on the hunt, but otherwise looking like a flawless round for them to get to 7.
It's been, what, four or 5 years now? Mako's back to playing duelist. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah, Bobo's
he started
back.
out, yeah, Bobo's back. Like, unbelievable. The way he's just pushing the pace here with these teleports, finding space, finding weaknesses in Sentinel's defensive setups, and getting through and getting huge opening kills, or at least creating the space that DRX needs to get their executes to go. And Sentinels there make some good decisions, quite frankly. They just get bamboozled by Mako, and he's been doing that to people on this map. I mean, remember what he did to Nongxin? The way he was all over the place with those teleports.
Oh, Zelsis. He has the lineup for it. Mako out for blood, and he will find it. Kill comes his way. Hyunmin does get dropped off screen over towards C site, so Zekin able to go ahead and retain his weapon. That's as good as it gets right now. 7 rounds confirmed here for DRX at the half, guaranteeing that they will be out in the lead. Potentially all the way up to 9. The ult economy is also very much on their sides. Rolling Thunder and the Dimensional Drift both available from the shadows from Mako. Also there.
Let's see how they want to use the Dimensional Drift this time. Last time it was for a quick B hit, but now you can get some info. You could put that Rolling Thunder to really good use off the back of it as well. If you can find second, even better, because he's got that showstopper still, and you'd love to get that identified. You'd love to get that out of the round.
Bang noted. Tree, the call comes in. It's clear. They know that he's backpedaled. There's the TP forward. Turn on the flash. Another one sent. Just trying to see if he can get a catch. Sentinels quick to get on the rotate. Work their way across towards this A site. This is still on a bit of a late linger, though. His pain shell as well as that bite sent. Just trying to catch somebody with the vulnerability. Second, so this showstopper's going to have to go huge. Finds one. Mako going to be taken down. Rolling Thunder now coming out in reply, connecting onto 3 different players. Holds them here at bay for the moment. The South throws now built up. Sent over towards drop. Bane gets another aftershock kill. 3 in the map. It's unheard of. Narain now taken down as Hyunmin just scales forward into the back side. Looks to steady the aim, but it doesn't matter. Bane and Freeing are there. They have the kills. They have the covering fire. And DRX with a 5-round lead going to the last round of the half.
The speed and tenacity that DRX is defending these retakes, these flood retakes with is crazy. I mean, look, we've seen some pretty insane reactions from these players. This is the best yet. They are clearly not bothered by being on a bigger stage, not even in the slightest. These new players for this team are stepping right up to the plate. And of course, you've got some of the veterans who were here last year, who played Sentinels last year and lost to them in Champions. And Hyunmin just gets one off the rip.
I mean, already second dead over by the orb here at A. And now they have to try to bail out. Bang here. It's positioned up on top of Rubble. Their 8 instead is going to be the one catching a stray as Bang slowly, steadily tries to creep back, tries to offer up something, tries to summon an elimination through this Viper wall, but has not been able to find it. Mako almost goes for the stick. Does end up getting broken, but Bang once again is going to have to backpedal. To set up the smoke, Hyunmin already, however, here in the sight, and maybe a glimpse caught there on the minimap. Either way, Bang has fallen. John QT watching the rope. He's delivered a bit of a freebie, but as Mako just counter swings, he takes his head clean off. DRX will go ahead and seal the deal, 9-3 at the half.
I mean, this is just a masterclass in execution from DRX. And I'm talking about the way that they're setting up their attacks, the way that they're chaining and organizing their utility is immaculate. I mean, just finds a little bit of gap there. Hyunmin finds that kill. Freeing next up to bat. Let's go. Takes down another. Oh, Bane got the spot right through the smoke right beforehand.
They're looking damn clean.
They're on fire.
A moment of reprieve here for Sentinels as we get ready to go into the halftime. See you guys on the other side.
Had it with your...
So they definitely can right here, and they're already looking to try to do a little bit more damage to C. This is their favorite side against MIBR, and I pointed it out earlier. Flashback, I think, might be under a lot of pressure on this half, so he's going to really need to step up on that Cypher.
As the cam setup hasn't revealed it quite just yet, and once he does toggle it, pretty much reveal all, but they're actually going to be able to get forward here towards the side a little bit faster. Yeah, there's a trip, does get a catch. Hyunmin just trying to hold things down over for Waterfall. Flashback trying to stop, get in there on the opposite side. Cannot do double break! What just happened? Tap after tap! Freeing shuts them down and says, no, not this time. This C site is ours.
He is electric. That is crazy. That second tap is so good. Right there for the finish onto the ace. And the pop-off as well.
From on Dark Horse at first strike to one of the biggest stages in Valorant esports. Welcome to the global scene, Freeing. What a way to open up this second half.
He has just been nasty all throughout kickoff. And that's just case in point right there, folks. There's that cam again. Gonna get a lot of good info.
DP forward here alongside the box, but Hyunmin has the angle in towards the smoke, and it's gonna be John QT taken down. Bang, noted. As they just continue to spray away. Freeing, looking for a little bit more, but there you go. Flawless round as DRX to absolutely speed run their way through this opening map.
And those are brutal losses for Sentinels. You know, when you're down 9-3, you're really looking at that pistol round to turn things into your favor. And this is something that killed Sentinels against G2 in the Grand Finals of Americas. They were losing a lot of pistols, starting on the wrong side of almost every map. And once again, they are on the wrong side of things. DRX looking so good. Come on, Soul, get the action.
Live it up a little bit. We must have gotten the footage, you know, from
That's
right after.
Yeah.
Surely.
That was after the pop-off. Well, a little bit of attempted info gained towards mid to B, but now Sentinels, three-man stack, leaving the spike behind though. So trying to see if they could get any util out of DRX there. A little bit of a check, but DRX not biting at all. TP going to be sent over towards A by Hyunmin to make sure that he can quick rotate. Instead, a couple players pivoting towards B, trying to maybe set up for a bit of a crunch. Freeing though, sliding in to maybe help out Bane. There is that tripwire right at the front of B as well. Give them a little bit of extra time and a little bit of extra info. Mako.
They're going to send it off contact here. Salvos now flying forward, Freeing on the peak. Finds Zelsis. Armageddon now online, catches a glimpse of the shoulder there on the second. Opts to play this out wisely. Yeah, plays it patiently, knows, okay, I have the ult now available, and Flashback knows exactly what Bang is going to try to do. finds the kill.
30 seconds left.
Boombot cleared out. Cam still here on the entryway, but flashback scales forward, getting closer and closer toward this entryway. Trying to surprise, wanting to try to get the jump. Bane here has the trip to try to play off of. Cleared out the Stinger, they line up! No, Mako does get involved.
Down, B.
Gets a piece of the pie, but John just doesn't have it. The spike is stranded here at the entryway. He's got 5 HP. No recourse available other than to try to hold on to this weapon. Looks like DRX is looking at the death ball. They say, we've got the catch, we've got the funds, we've got the confidence.
Match point.
And now they're looking for the win.
I mean, they're just so great at reacting to every move that Sentinels is trying to make. It helps when you've got Freeing just lasering people down. And then Bane there able to play right off that tripwire. Mako as well, giving him a little bit of backup. Now Sentinels looking to take another timeout, seemingly, as they are looking at a nearly impossible task. And he has been just as good as always. 17-5 right now for the Tejo main. Now they've got 4 players here at Rubble. They're so ready for this. DRX.
And watches that shot! Unbelievable. Any game plan that Sentinels established in that timeout has been shattered as Hyunmin picks second out of the sky.
Oh my
Armageddon
God.
mows him down. John QT is dead, and Celsius is surrounded.
Ace.
DRX collapse in on top of Sentinels, and they smother them out of this map of Lotus, 13-3. Sova.
Yeah, he looked great though with that util. Finding a bunch of aftershock kills, really clutch stuns and flashes to set things up for his team. So a little bit more breach for Bane. He has really looked at his best so far. Let's see if DRX can continue, or if Sentinels have something in store with us with a little bit of a changeup of their own. Only the single duelist this time, and look at this. They are so stalled up, so ready for this DRX, and this is going to allow all these rotations to come through. SEN needs to pull off, and they do. This is really, really smart from them. They were read like a book.
Backpedaling away, Zelsis is going to linger in garage here. Mako just there at window. And salvos clear out either side of these connecting halls. Freeing able to find one. Second's going to be taken down. Hyunmin noted there on that flank as Freeing also falls. 2 kills found, and Mako just not quite fast enough to find the punish here, but they know that they have Zelsis widely surrounded, so they really want to try to flush him out, but he gets the headshot. Puts Mako on the floor. They're not going to be able to come through on this B site. They once again do get ushered across now in towards A. 2v3. Spike gets ready to be planted.
Should be really defendable. They're getting aggressive towards short.
Now, but Bane just draws it down. Doesn't take a lick of damage there. It had already been whittled away at 62.
What a reaction from Bane. Thought
Not
narrate.
spotting, flashback. Maybe getting a caught here on a timing as John QT is able to find one. The swing around the corner, and yes, this will be Sentinels. Getting started. It gets a little iffy there for a moment, but Sentinels will find their first pistol round win.
This is just really good decision making from Sentinels this time around. Leaving Zelsis as a lurk, even though Hyunmin somewhat ready for it, not really able to adjust in time. And then Zelsis is a real nuisance on that flank. Buys them so much time to get this rotate over to A, get the plant down, get a much needed pistol win, and get some confidence, get some security, and maybe see if they can string this into a really successful attack side on Haven. With big changes on both teams, it's really hard to anticipate because, you know, looking into this, I thought, well, Sentinels plays what T1 plays, so DRX has some experience, but it's a completely different comp. They're changing theirs up. A lot of the ideas you have widely out the window. Attempt at taking space here by DRX.
Triple push up into mid. Bang, trained in on the doorway. The swing forward, the nearly live for him, and he's able to collect both. Solid shutdown. Plants his feet, Freeing. She can cross the other way, about to make contact here, and cannot quite make it happen. Second quick to shut down the shenanigans. As DRX now widely just going to be looking to see if they can stop this from being a flawless round. Seems highly unlikely. Hyunmin can deliver some heroics here. Just the classic in hand is here at the site in correct position. It's right down a little bit low there on the HP, but Front line holds him at bay. John QT swings out, and that's going to be SEN flawlessly getting themselves up to 2-0.
Yeah, really clean stuff here from SEN, and I like what I'm seeing early, anticipating some aggressive push-outs. One of the things that caused Sentinels some difficulty against G2 was lack of flank control. And good awareness early here by Bang that DRX might try to push, see if they can claim some real estate of their own, try to get some freebies. SEN not having any of it. Good awareness, good anticipation. Guns in hand, though, for DRX. Sentinels, however, carrying over 4 Bulldogs and a Phantom. They're looking to roll this into a bonus win of their own. See if they can really turn this around. I was frankly surprised this map got picked by either team when we were coming into the map draft today.
Yeah.
But DRX feeling comfortable enough. A lot of pressure, though. Be on flashback. Has to pop. A couple smokes, try to hide. Does get the kill on a second.
Second going to be taken down, getting that reveal. Away here towards that back site. Goes back over onto the camera. Nothing really able to be seen quite just yet.
Bit of a pause there. Ooh, a dink.
Headshot there. John QT taking low, flashback, able to find one, repeats! Looks for a fourth, cannot find it! As Bane swoop in from the side. Solid enough here on the antiponus for the side of DRX to get themselves online, losing 2 players out.
Something we didn't get to see much of on the previous map on Lotus is how well Flashback is going to be able to anchor on the Cypher and how much he's going to be able to handle some of these high tempo executes, some of these big, really well drawn up plans that Sentinels can bring. This time around, of course, against a slightly weaker weaponry that Sentinels is going to be bringing that round. He holds up quite nicely, able to use his smokes to tuck himself in, find that first kill. Gunman, though, caught up in the Razor Vines. Has to wait those out.
Before now it's going to be in a bad spot. Does barely manage to crash out of there in time. Chipped away at. Still breathing. Sentinels, though, applying some pressure over towards this C site. Again, doesn't matter whether it's Lotus or Haven, C site is something that they're going to be usually interested in. Second going to be spotted. There's the reveal. Mako playing off of that beautifully.
Oh, and that camera again. It gets pinged immediately by the Sentinels players. After it gets that freebie, now they're going to try to shift over towards A. All 4 of the remaining players here.
Swings, instantly finds a headshot. Snappy as all hell. Salvos similarly sent out to just try to go ahead and further delay this approach. Sent from here, very committed. Back, stuck, connecting. Hyunmin going to be flushed out, taken down. However, able to get another pick in. Zelzas will hit the floor. 2v4 now.
Left.
Just trying to get into the site to get that spike planted, but the readjust from Freeing is clean. Bane swings out from the back site. We're tied up at 2-2.
Yeah, and it's just little things for the Sentinels that go awry. It's not recognizing that that camera is going to be there again. Maybe they just never saw it in the previous round, I'm not sure. But it cost them their entry duelist, and then they're just kind of caught walking up a ramp. I mean, it's so hard because what do you do at that point? You don't have much other way to break through except for pure gunfire. John
They had a
QT.
firepower here, but they're going to have to go fast. They're going to have to close distances if they want to get real value off of these stingers here in hand.
John QT's got that all. If they can get into a post plant, they can make this difficult. A lot of util dumped early to make sure that Freeing can get a counter Armageddon of his own.
And Gunman has the gate crash, so wants to play aggressively. Snappy with a first, and he'll be able to get a second. That fadeaway shot puts John QT on the floor. Armageddon not going to be able to come into play here. Freeing along the side, sending out for the concuss, the chase into the back. Second going to be fully flashed up, tries to stay hidden inside of the cloud burst, but ends up getting flushed out. Bang good for 1, but now it's all in narrate. Flashback. Swat him to the side. DRX take the lead 3-2.
And the proactivity from DRX now, showing something we haven't seen from them yet in this half. Get really aggressive to make sure they can take that orb. And then Hyunmin just taking a page out of some other teams' book that I've seen where they get really aggressive against ecos. Just want to try to shut it down. And of course the risk reward there is you drop a gun over, but It's a great escape by Bane, and he got that kill. Unbelievable.
Minor shrugs, and okay. I guess that worked out. Had he not had the flash set up, would have certainly been dead, but another pacey start here from the side of DRX, looking to just chase forward. Hyunmin into a very aggressive position once more.
Like that Zelsis is sticking around,
Here.
making sure that this flank is accounted for.
Portal closed.
Try to make a bit of a pivot towards B, but this time around, DRX has changed their Cypher utility. There's a tripwire right at the front of B. John QT stealth drone, I don't think saw anything. I think Mako was able to avoid it.
Yeah, able to dodge it. Another gate crash set up.
Oh,
In the open, but yeah, second. A very solid peek into the B site, catches Bane across over by that C-Link.
anticipating someone to try to play contact off that trip. Nice heads-up play from Zekin.
Drone's looking for some spam,
You
but
want to fight it?
Opposite side of the smoke, Cosmic Divide now going to be called through. Armageddon trying to roll out the red carpet, but John QT is able to find Hyunmin. And in the end, this is just going to be an exec here onto the A site. Gets himself entry, potential flank, and yep, Mako not reading that at all. Spring trying to hold his ground. He's only able to find a singular kill. His flashback, peeks out, manages to interrupt. He's back behind the wall, utilizing it against him, but as it does fall, Celsius is ready. Subdues him, prevents further damage taken, gets us tied up at 3-3.
A really creative utilization of the space that they're able to take. Getting Zekin up on top of those boxes and just holding the position and using this Cosmic Divide across two different sites. Really, really intelligent stuff from the Sentinels players. Like that they're digging into the playbook here to show us something really interesting with the way that they're able to layer. And again, the reaction from Zekin to take down Bane to kind of open up the round. Those first kills, something that Sentinels at times have struggled with. They're usually able to bounce back in some of those 4v5 situations. Their sheer ability to fight back is impressive.
Hyunmin hasn't been going for an operator. Didn't see it even once there on Lotus. Brings it out, catches them completely off guard. Stealth drone going to be able to confirm that forward presence here from Zelsis. Press not going to be found. They're on Armageddon now, going to be called out. The Steel Guardian as well, going to be layered in on top. Two players losing out on their weapons here, trying to hold things down. Over on this sewer side, Hyunmin will find one. The Sentinels continue to storm their way forward. Get themselves now into a 3v3. Stealth drone to go ahead and check out the rest of the site. Nothing going to be spotted. Hyunmin throws on the Master Dimensional Drift now here in play. As thorns get popped. The player's going to be held out.
I'm back.
Sucking, setting up a flash, nothing going to be found there. Mako eliminated. He still just has this operator. Flashback needing to try to open things up, finds the first. Tucks back around the wall. Hyunmin, like up close and personal. A rolling thunder going to be invested. As he jumps away, would have to try to hit a very nasty no-scope, but cannot make it happen. Flashback now on the swing, finds one, the headshot found. The player just below him, Narrate will strike, and Sentinels will regain the lead.
This is a really cool execute with the ultimates from Sentinels. It's a nice shot, a good opener, and this is what I'm talking about. Even though they lose that first player for free, Sentinels can still fight back. And this time, it's using the Armageddon to force the players into that corner. They've been noticing that Freeing is really liking to play at the top of short A, and then they can use the Steel Guardian. It catches two, and that's basically 2 free kills. So they're able to take the 4v3 man advantage on their way into the site. Really good stuff from Sentinels. Curious now, if another round drops for DRX. Termi's gonna go for that timeout. This time around, grabbing the orb. Gunman though, try to play aggressive out of this smoke again.
For the push, but Zach can snap it and readjust and doesn't even take a lick of damage. Guardian now left stranded here at a long. With that stinger pushed up down into sewers. He's very much considering the swing. Bane here alongside him. Do they do it or do they stay stagnant?
It's a Sheriff and a Stinger in hand for those two players. Bane with a Ghost. Shotgun all the way on the other side of the map for Freeing. Sentinels seem committed to this A hit.
And when used, Paranoia going to be sent out. Mako just trying to go ahead and slow up the flood. Push under the corner. Freeing going to be good for one. Tucks in around the back. Bane. Bit of an afterthought there. Ends up getting caught. So just swoop down into sewer. At least flashback now with just a Bucky slowly creeping his way in towards A lobby. Seems like, yep, oh well, it's absolutely confirmed from here. John QT will be the one to put him down. Just one casualty is SEN now, stretch the lead by 2 rounds.
Weapon here.
Yeah, just really good stuff from SEN. Coordination really starting to come into play. Zekin winning some of these early battles, anticipating that there's going to be a flash play and a player bouncing out of that smoke to try to cut him down. Reads it beautifully, and the up on top of the box, and the finish onto Freeing's poor trapped body. Not much he could do in that position, and indeed. So this is what I was curious about. I was thinking maybe a little bit more A congestion here from DRX. That seems to be where they were able to really make life a nightmare for Sentinels. Sentinels trying to get through that garage towards C was really challenging. So instead now, they're going to be able to push out pretty early, get some info. Let's see if they want to aggress towards Sentinel spawn or not.
Cam is heard. Gate crash set up. There's the back garage window there for Hyunmin.
Get out of my way!
Widely flashback, likely just going to have to concede the space and wait for everybody else to get clustered up. It's going to be an immediate TP. Mako rotating over as Tripwire. The stun there on the John QT will now be finished off.
Oh, Hyunmin and Zelsis.
Maybe sticking around for that, as you say. Bit of a clash potentially about to take place, but no. Zelsis just plays it out quietly. Rolling Thunder now going to go across. This is dodged by absolutely everyone as they look to refill the space. There ain't going to be shoved away. Zekin, however, gets a reset on the knives. He finds a headshot. Flashback put down on the floor. Gets himself over to Cubby. Tucks away. Zelsis, though. Spray a little bit too wild. Hyunmin able to collect. Forced further and further away from the site. Flash out over the top. Looking just trying to stack up bodies. Go for the defuse. They're blocking out the stars. The grab well is not getting the pull through. And DRX will just hold it to a victory in the round. Being the only one left standing, that does significant damage here. Stopping DRX from accruing cash. But they shorten that gap by just 1 round.
What a gutsy play call here by DRX. Down in numbers, time ticking short. They can't really push towards long to try to clear it. So you know that they've got the Astra. Just protect the diffuser as best as you can, and it comes just in time before John QT finds 2. Insane timing there by DRX.
A bold call, one that is rewarded, but now into the action here in mid. Hyunmin does get shut down. Sentinel seemingly just trying to shrug off the previous round loss. Flashback tucking away inside of the cyber cage, keeps himself protected. There's the Armageddon. Rains down, just trying to stem up this approach from Garage. And now play quietly. Drone, however, gets the spot on multiple players.
Tons of info.
Continuing the push.
This is ambitious, to say the least.
You saw so many players in Garage. He's going to swing it. Okay, he does. And he's going to look to try to get scot-free. Reed peeks and finds second as well. Zelsis is eventually able to go ahead and peel one back, but now the neural theft tells all.
1 enemy remaining.
It's like 3v2, but now just down to 1.
C.
Zelsis, 43 seconds to try to play with the spike. Recoverable, yes, but where do you try to go?
I don't know. This is very, very difficult.
30 seconds left.
And the way that spike is around the corner makes it so hard to just grab it and leave, but he's able to do it just
Grabs it,
barely.
but look at flashback. He's gotten himself up into window here. Footsteps are going to be heard. It's widely just a rotate to try to save it. Oh, flashback doesn't hold the angle. Spots him. Celsius now turns back. And a couple shots into the shoulder. Doesn't get the kill. Celsius, an opportunity. The fault line does not connect, but here comes the swoop in. And he will die before the spike can get planted. 5-5. We are tied up once more.
This is just really uncomfortable for Sentinels. They use the Armageddon to try to find a way through, and right as they're about to make their move, they were watching that window like a hawk. Narrate was just staring at it for the longest time, and right as they're starting to try to creep their way forward towards the C site is when Freeing strikes. Then he doubles down on it. Absolutely incredible what Freeing is able to do. And Flashback is having a whale of a time over on C. Questions for me about his ability to anchor, he has answered the call.
Absolutely. Well, immediate gate crash out towards B. Salvos get exchanged. This is get tagged up, swing onto the corner before the stealth comes in. Mako finding one. Now is going to be pinned here, but Bane comes to the rescue.
Down A.
Might not be able to save his captain's life, but he certainly has made up for it. As 2 kills fly in, the spike gets left there at the top of the sewer ramp. Covered now by Zekin, but just one moment. 3 players from SEN get snapped out of existence.
3 players ready for this on DRX.
And then the flash at the ready to send it loose. Pop up over the top of him and almost steps into his spray. Zekin will now get noted, fights back for 1.
Got time.
The cuts noise, tucks back in towards sewer. Flashback just going to be hanging around that B side, but Zekin wants to try to double pump this a little bit, go back over towards A, but Fring hasn't moved. Slowly starts drifting now in towards the back. He's here, ready to strike. Zekin, if he tries to stick the plan, he might think that he has this for free. Taking his time with it.
He's got to worry about the salvos.
20 seconds remaining. Salvo sent, as you say, it forces him back. 15 seconds now remaining in the round. Zekin will get another opportunity to go for it. Sticks it down, but now flashback is here. Ready to strike, jump into the window, and for a brief moment, it looked like he was going to be good for it. Fring is able to find the kill, and DRX will find themselves in the lead.
Just absolutely tenacious stuff from both teams in this round. You know, it looks like DRX has got the door shut. Mako here, not able to TP out before he gets the inability to do so. And Hyunmin there playing the flash. And then they lose a couple players. Sentinels looks like they might be able to recover. And Zekin just barely can't get the job done. If he had gotten freeing there, I think there's a real shot that he takes down flashback and claims that round.
Sure.
But freeing has been just so important today for this DRX team. I mean, obviously on Lotus, he was frying. He's been pretty solid.
Off the rip, it's looking like here from Bang. Dimensional drift, though. Might make them think otherwise, but no. Commitment on the ultimate still ends up coming through. Zekin looking to lead the charge. Mako up on top of the boxes.
So if he remembers.
Oh, Hyunmin, he stepped forward. Stun does go across on the Mako, but somehow Zekin does manage to slink his way back out in front of B. Keeps himself alive. Steel Garden now comes through. Taking the weapons away, the shorty drawn out on their face. It is a drop flashback! Claims 2! Bang and Sean QT both gonna be shut down. Easy kills here in reply, but Mako knows that he has the rate pinned. TP's on top of Plat. Oh! Is able to find it, but Hyunmin here at Lumber, he strikes. Second, however, the one at the start, the one that got away, is the one that brings this round to a conclusion and gets us tied at 6-6.
I was thinking it right off the rip. This is one of those cosmic divides where they can pivot and plant from one site to another. Really nice stuff from Sentinels to close out the half.
Absolutely, 6-6, neck and neck. A far cry from what we saw on Lotus. We'll see you guys on the other side, though.
Is built for on this map. We saw it on Lotus. We saw the executes, the combos between the Breach, the Taeho, the Yoru, and Mako's Omen. And the way they were navigating that, is that going to be the style, the flavor of Haven as well? It's going to look a bit different. Using the decoy just to get a feel if anybody's going to be holding close on B. No contact made. So for now, got to make sure that the flank is under control, that nobody's trying to sneak through on long. With that open space, DRX says, okay, that looks to be our best point of entry. Let's try and make a go of it. There is...
Expect this, though. The wall's just on the opposite side here.
Exactly what I was just thinking. That Vice Util, dude. Look at that. And then the Steel Garden right behind it. Or, excuse me, the Razor Vines right behind it.
Second, not needing to be displaced too much. Does opt to go ahead and dash away his Hyunmin. TP's into its back sight. Looks to get flushed out, but does manage to fight back for a singular kill. Just the team held up. Swing out, flashback, able to find the headshot. Recover the Sheriff himself if he does want it. Rest of the Sentinels now pushing forward. Look at the trying to flood, but it's going to be free. 1, 2, 3 to collect the remainders. DRX not allowing for SEN to take the lead, to tie up the pistol win count.
Just give the man a ghost and he's good for it on the pistol rounds. Also, Flashback wins a huge 1v1 there against Zekin.
Yeah.
And the fact that Hyunmin even gets one off of being cut off from the rest of his team underneath health with the Yoru TP. Absolutely crazy stuff, just individual mechanics shining through for DRX.
You can see Glow just pointing at us, saying, that's our guy. That's why we picked him up.
Goodness.
4 years he's been in the scene, and it's the first year that we find him in Tier 1. Line getting the stun out, freeing. Forced away. Aftershock does get a pulse of damage off as they look to try to overwhelm him. Gunman hovering nearby, but it looks like eventually just going to have to cut their losses. They do offer up some damage as Narrate and Bang get tagged, but that is a potential weapon recovered here for the side of Sentinels.
Right there.
That's a huge loss and a great dial-up, a great combo of utility there.
Elsis now has it, just stomping their way through. Bane able to find second. Very frame that he tries to go for the tail wheel. There's no way to get out. Spike now planted. More players from Sentinels. How much damage can they deal? They drag this round back into their favor somehow.
Just throw Zelsis at him, see if anything happens. See if he can put that Bulldog to good use.
Lead with a stealth drone, potentially from heaven here. Elsis try to maybe set up here the flash. Arc Rose immediately gets destroyed. Salvo sent to try to force Flashback out of the corner, but not scaling forward fast enough. Really take that space away. John QT will be able to find one. 2 casualties on the side of DRX, but now up 8-6.
And this is just great positioning from DRX, setting up in this post plant to defend against the Flood. And this is something the Sentinels love to do. And if you give DRX the time to get into post plant positioning, they will more often than not convert against you because of the way that this DRX coaching staff prepares their players and understand the angles they all need to be watching, you know, what's likely to be coming ahead of them, who needs to be doing what. The drop down covered by Flashback. Bane gonna be watching from the other side. Jump right into things. DRX this time trying to push through onto Garage. Astro Star there. Trying to bait out some of this util, and they do so successfully with the exchange of a couple pieces of their own. See if Zelsis wants to make a go of this. Ooh, he's in trouble, gets caught by the stun.
Stun here on both sides. Gunman now able to stabilize. Shots into the mid-drift, and Zelsis ends up getting picked apart. Bang now to try to hold things down. Some shots into the smoke. Does make a connection on the Mako, but Gunman down the floor. They say goodbye here at backside. Comes up with 2. Keeps him in the round. Such little HP between Mako and Flashback. Freeing, holding the door. He's going to be the first and maybe final boss.
Spike planted.
And they will go ahead and persevere, pushing through. Spike now planted. The wraparound coming through from Flashback. Not sure if this is going to be red. Second paying no credence to this angle, to this window. And Flashback makes it swift. Bonus converted. DRX now up to 9.
The second bonus conversion of the match for DRX. And this is just a crazy battle there. 2 stunned up players dueling at the Garage Hall. Bang looked like he might have had a third. If he gets that third one, I think that's round over for Sentinels. He's bested, and then Flashback with a really wise play to wrap behind. The awareness, the movement this time from DRX, a little bit different. They don't just post up into post plants this time. So let's spread the map a little bit. Mako go long, Flashback, wrap around from behind. It's actually baiting the player to come back and re-clear so they can catch him out, get that kill. And then they're using these TPs like crazy. They're all over the place. They're so hard to read for SEN right now.
3 Sheriffs in to the side of Sentinels. Dimensional drift. Traces forward. Some pressure now getting ready to come out in towards mid as well as Zeno on to 1. Bouncing away is John QT, but oh, there's Salvos there. Freeing is able to find the elimination. Just cutting off all routes of exit. Tripwire now cleared out, freeing.
Get in.
Sights turned here on lobby. When coming through, finds the first, looks for the second. Zelsis straights across, Bang counter strafing in, is able to find the headshot. Weapon picked up here by Zelsis, an opportunity to maybe do some damage. Doubles back over towards Sewer. Seems like Wiley might just look to tuck away and hold on to this weapon. Leave Narrate to potentially just go down to the spike. Zelsis play for some exit frags. First clash here against Flashback. Won't be able to win it out. It's a bit faster here as Flashback comes away with that kill. Narrate, oh, Has to swap his weapon back out. Will be able to take down Bane, but that weapon not going to be recoverable. Can't escape. DRX moves out on 2 players. They move up now. Double digits achieved.
4 in a row now for DRX coming into this second half attacker's side, and you can see that the way that they're staggering utility again, it's something different every time. This time it's the dimensional drift into the salvos. I mean, they're just catching them off guard. They have so much ability to take space, to get some free info, and then use that utility to punish. You know, whether it be the stealth drone, whether it be the Yoru, who can just TP in and look around, or in this case, use his ult. You know, even Mako has the ability to do that potentially, as we saw on Lotus.
And out salvos exchanged here. DRX just continuing to scale forward. Stealth drone gets a spot out onto it. These 2, I believe, it's suppressed onto 1. Armageddon just trying to go ahead and clear out the one
stun
side.
Paranoia
Goes across, but still, DRX not getting themselves forward into the second one just yet. Mako, I'm not sure if he wanted to go on top of the box, but he did. He's paying the iron price for that one. To the backside, John QT, snappy. Finds Fring, Hedman gonna be shut down. John QT.
Spike down A.
Moving online. Now just one away from having that Armageddon of his own. Smoke will dissipate. It's gonna be Narrate finding it. Flawless round here in reply when SEN needed it the most.
Oh, yeah, it looked like for a moment there that was gonna be a huge round for DRX. But SEN is able to bail themselves out. I think it's the Vice utility that buys the extra bit of time. That's a nice shot there, Mako. Because the stun and the paranoia had hit the 2 players behind the box. I get why Mako's TPing up there, because you've got potentially 2 free kills. And then Sentinel's able to sneak a player in time. That A hit was telegraphed pretty quickly off the back of some of that util. The stealth drone, I immediately saw Narrate rotating over there pretty quickly. It's a really nice job there by Sentinels reacting to what DRX wanted to do. This time they have that extra layer of defense to avoid that util spam that DRX has been leaning into. Made out a little bit of the Vice utility that forces out the smoke from Bang. But it's a 4-man stack for DRX. Pinging out the back of the site there. Let's see what they want to do.
Link. Only going to be sent. Spray coming through. Hedman, however, arriving in backside. We'll flush him out. Narrate going to be taken down. Without damage dealt, Fring and Hedman both dangerously low. 26 between the 2 of them. Mako once again perched up here on top of the boxes. This Salvos gets sent loose. Back holding them Bang as long as they possibly can. Hedman now in a bad spot, going to be forced forward. Bang's able to collect 1, finds a second, and Fring also falls. The low HP player is now going to be taking down the paranoia, goes across. The second tries to draw the shorty. It's him falling down. Zelsis now just trying to bully his way forward into the side. Mako gives up the space. Bang, quick on the chase. Flushes him out, but flashback. Flinging ring around the Rosie. Zelsis needed to win that fight. Then
He's holding it.
Hattie Suckin might have just had it. Now flashback just looks to try to play around with time. But Bang with the half hold manages to clutch it out. A 4K to bring it now to just 2 rounds separating.
DRX this time, their post plant gets dissected by Sentinels. Coming from a couple different angles, finding 2 early kills from both sides to kind of open this up. Yunman trying to get through. Bang. Finds freeing as well. So this time the discipline not able to be there. Just a little bit of a faster paced retake attempt from Sentinels. Still some frustration shown, and now some excitement.
Flip it right side up.
QB's feeling a little better now.
Kind of round that you want to be seeing with some more consistency here. Now an operator into the hands of second. Force off his opening angle. Stealth drones fitted out on either side. It's the break the TP now in towards Hell. Second. There's a re-pick and wow, Hedman, what is that pick?
Jeez.
Just the one tap to shut him down. Oh, stranded here on the floor. Now the neural theft as well. Invested.
Spike planted.
Flashback goes ahead and scoops up the op for his own purposes.
On cooldown.
Bane's got a rolling thunder.
All missiles away.
Is he gonna use it right towards the link?
Armageddon's gonna be sent out. Bane repositioning. He's just gonna go ahead and send it. Youngman on the peak. He's able to find one with John QT. Mo's down 2 with the Armageddon. Oh, and Mako. Swings out, finds the rate and flashback. Steady as she goes. Holding the same angle with it recovered up the entire time. As they slam the door in SEN's faces. DRX now up to 11. One away from match point.
It's just crazy how much faith that DRX can put into Hyunmin to just TP into hell, find that kill. That is ridiculous. And then John QT found 2 huge kills with the salvos, but then that scooped up operator off of Zekin's dead body falls into Flashback's hands, and he puts it to good use. 22-10 now on this map for the Sentinel of DRX. Just an absolutely tremendous start. This is going to be Dimensional Drift for Hyunmin as well. DRX has done a great job using these to either combo or just take space, find that open player, punish them, or just find the open site. This time around, a heavy lean towards the C side by Sentinels. It's been a lot of A pressure, and John QT rightly is reading that DRX might be feeling like they can find an opportunity. Sentinels might be feeling like they have to close the A long gap.
This one spotted out, the fault line gonna be sent. John QT here in the corner, the salvos, he sees exactly where they're gonna be coming from. Looks for the kill, takes him down so very low, but it's still John QT coming away with one. Mako will fall to the salvo at the same time. Great, gonna be traded back, Bane pushing forward, Bell stuffs to find Flashback. Hyunmin at 5 HP. This round may just be a little bit too chaotic here for DRX. Repositions from SEN, maybe reading. Potential rotate, but they still do leave 2 lingering here towards this C side.
The patience by Sen.
30 seconds left.
Finding that right timing to strike. Bit of a bait.
Did it over. Plant handed here for Hyunmin. Freeing, wanted to try to play maybe a bit of a timing there. Spots nothing on the peak.
All missiles away.
Tabo's now going to be sent. They get the Steel Garden out. Wanting every single advantage that they could possibly get here. SEN knows that they need to win this round out. Weapon recovered. Zelsis tucked away. Diffuse starting to be held. Push out of the smoke. Bang. Good for the shot. Hyunmin, time just not on his side. Is able to find one. But Bang with another big round. Comes up with 3. Keeps things tight-knit. 2 more to go to tie it up once more.
Again, it's the timing for Sentinels more than anything. They're able to wait out the Dimensional Drift a little bit, just smother Mako with flashes to make sure that those salvos were going to get the job done. Flashback might have showed his hand, revealed his hand a little too early there. But it's just to cut off the plant before it can even happen here. That's what's giving DRX problems. I think the identification for Sentinels is that DRX, we can't let them get into post plants because that's where they're just going to tear us apart. We have to prevent them as best as we can. We have to confuse them, make it a little bit scrappier in some of these moments. And, you know, fast hit, execute, try to just smother them with utility, get a plant down and see what happens. But after this, I'd like to see them work the map a little bit more.
Mako offering up a weapon here. Getting that over into the hands of Hyunmin, so 2 rifles available to DRX. Once again, sight set over towards C. Stealth drone in towards the back. To be cleared out by Bang. Zelsis far forward, and Bang is absolutely ready for it. Gets the shutdown. Hyunmin on the floor. Shots into the smoke. Mako gets dropped. Everything DRX were attempting here in this round, it just blows up right in their face.
They tried to use a flash timing to set up Hyunmin's teleport, but Bang turns it and kills him instead. Finds the second spamming through his own smoke. He has really stepped up for Sentinels to put him right back in this match. Now DRX gonna have to try plan B. Will that actually be the B site?
Cage triggered.
Flashback just trying to show a little bit of presence at long A.
Cage fake, but Seward being watched there by Zekin. B site end up exactly where they're trying to go. Well, Salvo is going to be sent through. Thorns popped. John QT, however, still waiting, getting the spot out. Looks to just try to make the front of the site unassailable here for them. Aftershock similarly on the opposite side, just locking them widely into this corner as the concuss goes through. Not going to be found. Free, swinging onto the corner. They put it down low. Second now. Arriving over at A-Link. Finds one. Double swing. Force him away, but Bang still here, still being a hero. Another 3K. 3 players surviving. Sentinels 1 round away from tying us up.
Starting to really get a feel for themselves now. Are these players? Yeah. Bang just moves right to the back of the plat. Says, nope, not today, Hyunmin. And oh, I see some shots coming through that smoke. Let's just see if I can find some freebies. But he has just been crisp as all hell. He is really starting to get the wind underneath him. Now he's got a Cosmic Divide to boot. Zekin's got the blades potentially, but see what they want to do is the crowd starting to get into it. And it's hard to tell which team has the bigger support. Like you said earlier, man, it's pretty evenly divided.
The moment that you hear a chant starting for one, it gets matched and drowned out by the other side.
There's that wall again.
Little bugle jump. Sheer wall gets popped. John QT lingering here in heaven. Stealth drone going to be sent through. Try to scout.
Drone is down.
And might not have gotten the vision on Hyunmin, but knows that there is a player in that spot.
All missiles away.
Attack now, getting ready to begin. Salvo's going to be sent.
But this is nice. You baited out quite a bit of utility. Sent the clone through. And you're just taking your time. Trying to show that maybe you've rotated to another site, seeing if you can convince another Sentinel player to move off.
Pushing up in towards B. Smoke there. Cage going to be popped. Trying to create some of that pressure. Celsius is right there alongside it.
Oh, John.
Meanwhile, here, in heaven, John QT opens things up. Hyunmin going to be shut down. Gantry power widely taken away from DRX. The second continues to play forward. Narrate here backing him up. 20 seconds remaining. DRX going to have to try to ham-fist this one in the team, but continue to bleed out. Members of the flashback comes up with 2. John QT able to trade one back. It's Bane down to 5 HP.
10 seconds left.
Desperately trying to get himself forward here onto the site, but the Armageddon is going to be called in. It cuts off the sight. Does he find a tiny sliver? It looks like he has.
Spike planted.
Avoids the blast radius. The spike in play. This
No
round
way.
not over yet. John gonna look to try to drop out.
No way.
But he's only got 6 health. He has to reroute. And now the site is firmly in control of DRX. The IGL, the captain, asked to be the hero. Slowly creeping forward, but paying no credence to the Cubby. Bane will pick him apart. And DRX somehow dragged themselves over the line to get to match point.
It's a 4v5. Sentinels knows they're coming. They've got everything in the kitchen sink to throw at him. John hits an absolute banger there. But then somehow, Flashback finds a timing and a transfer.
Oh my God.
Oh my word. It's outrageous. And then Mako hasn't been super impactful in the kill department on this map, but that one right there certainly had some impact. Oh my.
Is this where it all comes to a conclusion, or can Sentinels give us our second timeout of the day?
Time to jump.
Rex is going to be looking to avoid it. Similar gate crash setup coming through. Bang once again here at backside, but this time there is an Armageddon, and he's got nowhere to go. Hyunmin will still fall. Celsius is going to be good for 2, but he gets traded out. Narrate now on the floor. Second and John QT. The last one's remaining in a 2v3.
Spike planted.
We're trying to stop it from ending right here, right now, but Mako has snugged him out of the sky. John QT finds one, but cannot find the rest. 13-10, DRX rock up the Bangkok. They close out their own